Hello everyone, my name is Blain, and I first want to thank you all for being here today for the Out of the Darkness walk. Being here is not just attendance, it is presence. It is choosing to show up for a conversation that is often ignored, avoided, or spoken about too late. Suicide prevention is not just an important topic, it is urgent, it is human. It is about the people we love sitting next to us, the people we lose without warning.
You can.
Sorry,
You okay?
And the people who are suddenly, sorry.
It's okay.
And the people who are silently fighting battles we may never see. I'm truly grateful to have the chance to speak with all of you today. Suicide prevention forces us to face the truth we often try to avoid. That pain does not always look like pain. That someone can laugh in a room, sit with friends, go to class, and still feel like they're disappearing inside. It asks us to not just be aware, but to be responsible for each other in ways that truly matter. Noticing, listening, and not looking away. 49,000, 11, 1.5 million. What do these numbers mean? They're not just statistics, they're lives. 49,000 people lost to suicide every year. One death every 11 minutes. 1.5 million suicide attempts according to the CDC. Behind every single number is a name, a face, a story that ended too soon. See, we often think suicide is distant, something that happens somewhere else to someone else. But these numbers are proof that it's not distant at all. It's in our schools, lurking in the walls of our homes, our friendships, and our families. And whether we see it or not, it is already there. In the United States, there's a growing awareness around mental health, and that is progress. But that progress is not universal, and I know that truth all too well. As an Ethiopian American, I can say that in many spaces I grew up in, mental health was not something we really talked about. It was not something we named. It was something carried silently and quietly until it became too heavy to hold, and that silence has consequences. That silence is what connects me to one of the most painful experiences of my life. My cousin. My cousin, Hano Burhanu, someone whose face I saw every Christmas for the first years of my life. Someone who's part of my earliest memories struggled for a long time. When people tried, they really did. They showed up, they cared, they loved him, they reached out again and again. They did everything they knew how to do. But sometimes love feels like knocking on a door that never opens, like speaking through a glass. You can see someone, you can reach out for them, you can stay, but still not be able to get through. And eventually we lost him. And I remember thinking, how is that fair? How does my world just keep moving after something like that? How do people go back to their routines, sit in classrooms, scroll on their phones, laugh at jokes, as if something irreversible has not just happened? How can life feel so normal for everyone else when yours has completely shifted? That feeling of everything being wrong while everything around you looks the same, that is something I will never forget. But that loss did not just leave me with questions, it changed something deep in me. See, I've always been someone who felt things immensely. My family has known that about me my whole life. I'm sensitive, obviously. I'm an empath. I pick up on what people do not say, just as much as what they do. And for a long time, I did not always know what to do with that. Losing my cousin made that part of me louder in ways I could not ignore. It made me realize that feeling deeply is not a weakness, it's a responsibility. Because when you sense something is off, when you feel someone is hurting, even if they do not say it, you have a choice. You can choose to ignore it, or you can act on it. And I just could not ignore it anymore. Not after knowing what it feels like to wonder if there's something I could have done more, or I could have said more. And that kind of feeling sticks with you. Something urgent and unshakable ignited in me. It pushed me to turn that sensitivity into action, to stop just feeling and start doing. Henok's story is one of the reasons why I became a healthy and diverse minds peer educator here at Towson. because I realize that if I have the ability to notice, to listen, to care deeply, then I also have the responsibility to use it and change and help someone feel seen, heard, and not alone. I cannot change what happened to my beloved cousin, but I can change how I show up from now on. And for me, that means not staying silent, not looking away, and not letting people around me feel invisible. So when I say reach out, I'm not saying it as a message on a poster or a speech line. I'm saying it as someone who has lived what happened when reaching out feels like it's not enough, but also what it means to know that reaching out at all is even worse. So I'm really asking you, to not assume time. Do not assume someone will bring it up later. Do not assume they're okay because they look okay. Do not assume you will get another chance. Call, text, sit with someone if you have to. Ask again, check in again. Stay even when it feels small, even when it feels repetitive, even when you're not sure it's helping. Because sometimes the smallest check-in is the thing that holds someone here for one more day. I ask you to pause with me in this moment. Reach out, not once, not only when it's convenient, but again and again. Speak when it feels awkward. Stay even when you do not know what to say. Show up when you feel like it, might not matter, because it does. And together, we can become something powerful. Together, we can become something powerful, a community that does not look away, that does not stay silent, and that does not wait to care until it's too late. We can be the reason someone stays. Thank you.
Woo! Woo!